Hey guys, thanks for joining me in the shop today. Today we're going to talk about Lionel 671 steam turbine. I have it here in the catalog. This is probably really the 671 RR 52, 53 version in that time period. The one I'm showing here is a 671. This is actually the 46 version. They made the 671 from 46 off and on up until roughly 1952. These 671s were not magnet traction. The 681, which was basically the same engine, was magnet traction. But the 671 also, the steam turbine also, they made it under the same engine, which was, they called it a 2020, which was considered 027. Same engine, this is the way Lionel did it. But these engines are really unique, and they're really loved, especially by the post-war guys and even the modern era guys. They've reissued the engine several times. It also came in the mid-50s, and I'll do a video on it, the 682, which was basically the same engine, except the 82 had an extra linkage and a white stripe down it. So just interesting stuff. The 671, the first one we're looking at here is 1946. Only had a couple unique features on it. The early ones, now this is right after obviously World War II, so the early post-war engines, the early ones had what they call the smoke bulb versus a actually heat generator. The bulb had an indentation in it, and then when you put the smoke pellets in there, it actually, the bulb, stuff laying on the bulb and heated it, which caused it the smoke, which was kind of crude, but they were really good smokers. That's the interesting thing. Some of these early ones really smoked well. They also had the early 1946 era 671, 726s had what they called a horizontal motor in them, where the later turbines and Berkshires have what they call almost like a, it goes down at like an angle, like a 45-degree angle. And instead of the gears running straight, they go down, there's like a worm gear in it. So the early 46, or 671, has a horizontal, and on the back, it actually says Lionel Atomic Motor. And it's another way you can tell by looking at them too. You can see that the motor is more, when you look at these things inside, you can see the motor is more, horizontally straight up and down versus the ones with the worm gear kind of angled a little bit. And if you look at them, you'll get to recognize that. Plus the back brush plate says Atomic on it, which was kind of cool. Neat stuff. They also have the actual pins in there for the E unit too, the plug. So the 46s were unique. Again, this is right after the war. Lionel was up and running and getting stuff rolling. So cool stuff. And then obviously the way the 46 has a unique way the way the front comes off to get to service the smoke bulb also on those. So when you get into the turbines, what's unique about the turbine is the wheel arrangement. It has a 6-8-6 wheel arrangement, which is really cool. I mean, you're looking at a lot of wheels there, 6, 8, and then 6. So the wheels, the drive wheels are small, which makes it kind of interesting. So it looks like they're really, when they're really flying, the momentum are so small, it's kind of interesting looking. One thing you got to watch for these things, again, they have the common problems that all the steam engines run into, E unit issues, that type of thing. Make sure they cycle correctly, forward, neutral, reverse, reposition E unit. But when you look at these, a lot of times you'll see the steps were riveted to the casting, and you'll see the steps could be broke off. They do reproduce them. Common problem because they, like I said, they're not secured that well. They're riveted on. You see a lot of them with the wheels missing. Again, these parts are available. So you just want to look at them, look at the overall condition. Again, cool engine, pretty neat. Now, the early ones, they come with different tenders, so you have to look at your application. Some of them came with the Lionel Lines tender, some of them came with the Pennsylvania tender. Some of them came with a 12-volt tender also. But keep in mind, the 671, the 2020s were not magnet traction. The 681s and 682s were magnet traction. So if you're looking for that, you want to go towards those. And then they did reissue the turbine in 1984 under MPC. That was actually supposed to be the first engine that was made in Mexico through MPC, and it was basically like a 680 because it had that extra linkage. It was in one of the far sets, and we'll cover that whole set, and I'll go over those too. Good engine. I know, it's kind of bad saying it was made in Mexico, but it was one of the first engines when Lionel tried to go to Mexico, and then they come back for a while to see how that worked out. But again, these turbines are fun engines, and they're affordable. You can pick them up. The 2020 671s. The 682 is probably the best of the series as far as collectability, and the rarest. The 682, like I said, would have the extra linkage and the white stripe down. So, hope you got some information. If you like these engines, or you have memories of them as a kid, maybe you had one, or a neighbor kid had one, or you just remember seeing them and liking them. They are fun, and they're really cool, and they're good runners. They're good runners. So, hey, don't forget to subscribe to my videos, and tell a friend that we're talking Lionel Trains here. I'm a Lionel lover. We're going to talk everything Lionel. So you can also visit me on eBay at StopTimeCo, StopTimeCo, and you can see some of my product for sale. And I actually have a retail brick and mortar shop you can stop in. It's Stop Time in Norton, Ohio. 330-825-4206. I'm about 20 minutes west of Akron, right off I-76. And I have 3 levels of Lionel, new, used. I'm a value-added dealer, and I have parts, and I service the older Lionel equipment also. So, hey, remember, Lionel is an investment in happiness and happy amount of rarity, guys. Thanks.